Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. I'm going to throw down 3 runes. This is going to represent 3 questions, problems, or concerns that you may have. And once they're down, you can decide which one of them applies to the problem, question, or concern that you personally currently have. And then you can click the timestamp that will take you right to the answer. So let's do it. I'm going to be using some maple runes today. These are runes cut from a maple branch. I am assuming handmade because you can't really do this in a factory. I mean, you probably could, but no. Okay, so your 3 questions today. Your first question number 1, is the Manas rune. It's the rune of humanity and your place in it. It is reversed. So the question here would seem to be one about individuality. You seem to find, or perhaps you find yourself at odds with humanity at large. You want to be yourself, but you seem to be running, headbutting against humanity. So it's sort of difficulties with finding your place in humanity. If that is your issue, then you're going to want to go to timestamp number 1 for question number 1. Your second question is represented here by Dagas. Dagas is the rune of the dawn, breaking through of the day, the sunrise. It has to do with things being revealed inarguably and undeniably. So a big truth perhaps coming into play. So that's exciting. If that seems to be the issue you're dealing with, some big surprise, please go to question number 2. Your third rune is, this is funny because I've actually had Isa as the third rune on a number of these videos, actually, I think already. Isa's the Rune of Ice. It's the rune of standstill, stillness, things stuck, things frozen. If that seems to be your problem, question or concern, please go to question number 3 on timestamp number 3. So those are your 3 questions. I will see you at the answers. Hello, question number 1. Once again, this is the question represented here by Manas reversed. This is the rune of humanity, and your place in it is reversed, so you seem to be having a bit of a difficulty at the moment fitting in. Maybe you just really want to turn away from humanity at the moment, do the whole hermit thing. Can't blame you. But basically it's a question about humanity, your place in it, and maybe some issues you're having with that currently. So let's throw down some more runes and see what the runes have to say about this question. I'm going to throw down a few more runes just to see where you stand on this. My cat is sitting right next to me, so I'm hoping she doesn't decide to come investigate. I'm going to throw down runes for what led up to this, what's going to help, what isn't going to help, and what your next step is going to be. Okay, so what led up to this is represented here by Berkana. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree. It has to do with very yin energy, the divine feminine, sometimes your identity if you're female, or your female identity. It also has to do with birth a lot. Like, that's the main thing that it has to do with, which I probably should have mentioned first. Birthing. It has to do with family sometimes as well. So what this could be, I'm actually going to throw down a couple of runes to clarify Berkana in this particular case. Okay. So it looks like maybe your yin identity, you've been feeling more independent lately. This is Algi's. It's the rune of support and protection. When it's reversed, it has to do with independence, standing on your own. This has actually been helping you a lot. You've been feeling a lot more independent lately with this identity that you have. And now you are trying to fit that identity in with the rest of humanity. What doesn't help is, this is Lagu's. It's the rune of intuition, emotion, heart. You're a bit concerned. You have some emotional issues that are dragging you down. You're very worried about things, and it's, it is worrisome. You find who you are, and then you're worried that humanity won't accept you for who you are. So let's go back to what the question is. So this leads you up to basically the question of, how do I fit into humanity? Will they turn against me? Can you hear my cat? She's meowing. But anyway, what helps in this case is that you've actually had your aha moment. This is Dagas. It's the rune of breaking through the day. It's the rune of revelations, realizations. You've had this. You know very clearly what you want. I'm going to throw down a couple of runes on this line. Yeah, and you really don't want to fight anymore. You're not interested in fighting about this anymore. This is Tyr's rune. This is Tivaz. Has to do, well, Tyr's the warrior god, and it's reversed here in the very, very helping line. So this is really going to help you. The fact that you've already had this aha moment. You know very clearly what you want and who you are. So let that confidence carry you. Let that confidence carry you forward. What doesn't help is you're going to want to, because of all of the emotions that you're dealing with, you're going to want to edit maybe who you are. You're going to worry that you're not going to have access to the power that you need. This is Sovilo, the rune of the sun, and then this is Nauthiz, the rune of need, and it's reversed. So you're worried about you're not going to get what you need. You're not going to get the energy you need, the power you need. Just try not to let that drag you down. Bring yourself back up to the point of, I know who I am. I'm strong in who I am. I have, I know very clearly who I am and what I want. And I want to stop fighting. I want to stop this battle. And I want to move forward. And you do. In fact, you move forward very positively with, here's Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest, the rune of time also. It's a year. So it looks like maybe with a little bit of time, you're going to be getting the fruits of your labors. You're going to be having some great success with this, and it's going to be very satisfying. Ooh. What helps actually is that it's all new. This is a blank rune. It's an invention of Blum's. I use it because it's actually very useful. It's all new. It's a blank slate. It's a blank page. And so you're writing your story at this point. What doesn't help, once again, you're going to want to control this. You're going to want to have more control. Things are too uncontrolled for you. I wouldn't worry about it. Bring yourself back up to... This is actually the opposite of this, if you really want this is Ing's rune. Ing is Frey, the fertility god. It has to do with active creation. And in the negative line, it's about trying to wrench something into a shape that maybe it doesn't want to go into. So bring yourself back to the fact that it's an exciting journey. You know what you want. You know who you are. You're excited to step into the new world and enjoy this. And the last rune in the answer is Thurizaz. Thurizaz is the thorn, the giant, the threshold. It's challenge, but the challenge is open. It's upright. So you can just walk right through this challenge and get where you need to be. And that is your answer for this question. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or whenever time you're watching this. Take care. Hello, question number 2. This is the question about the reveal, the big revelation that you've had. This is Dagaz. It's the rune of the day, the rune of the dawn, and surprise, this big thing that has just come onto the scene, and it's a big surprise, and it's very exciting. Well, maybe it wasn't a surprise, maybe you saw it coming, but ta-da, there it is, with angel music. And so now you have to deal with it, because anything that Dagaz reveals, you can't argue with it. There it is. So I'm just going to throw down a few more runes to show what led up to this, and to show what's going to help, and what will not help, and also what your next step on the path is going to be. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So it looks like leading up to this, oh, there's my rune bag. Leading up to this, we have Laguz reversed. Now, Laguz is the rune of water. It's the lake. It has to do with emotion, intuition, heart, all that watery associated stuff. It is reversed. So I'm thinking, maybe there was something to do with, maybe somebody broke your heart, or maybe there was some dream that you had, because this sometimes has to do with dream, but something led you up. Some emotional or intuition-based thing led you up to this big reveal, this huge aha moment. What's going to help you actually is represented here by Nauthiz. Nauthiz is the need rune. It's representing the need fire, the 2 sticks you rub together to make fire, and it is reversed. And when it's reversed, especially in the upper line here, it has to do with, it always has to do with tending your needs. And when it's reversed, it really has to do with tending your needs. So the first thing you're going to want to do, because this is a huge shock, big reveal like this, whether it's a good or bad one, you want to make sure that you got everything sorted out and in order. So go around, make sure that everything that you need is in place. Make sure that your needs are tended. Make sure that you're solid for that. That will help you. What doesn't help is actually, as always, the opposite. And once again, what helps is always the antidote to what isn't. You're going to feel maybe a little alone. You're going to feel maybe unsupported, unprotected, that you're basically forced to stand on your own. That's going to worry you. Try not to let that worry you. Just basically focus on tending your needs, and that will be sorted out. You know, here you are worried, but what about my needs? Well, the answer to that is tend them. So you're good. Your next step here is represented by Kaunas. Kaunas is the Rune of Fire, and it's basically usually something that starts small like an ember and gets into a big blaze. In this case, it's reversed, so it does have to do with focus. You're basically focusing down into a laser on what your issue is. What's going to help here is, okay, you've done all the need tending at this point. Just try not to fight. Try to be peaceful. This is Tiwaz. This is Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. It has to do with duty. It has to do with picking up and going. But at this point, you don't really have to pick up and go so much in terms of, let's go forward. You've done this part. Okay, now you can be a little calmer. You've taken care of what needs to, and you can focus on what this thing is that happened. What doesn't help is if you continue at this point with the running around, tending needs, focusing, fighting to wrestle something into shape. Don't fight at this point. Once you've got everything in order, everything's in order, you can relax. So relax, then you can focus on what happened and what you're going to do about it. Which, looks like you're going to be turning inward a bit and focusing on your own drummer. This is Manas, it's the Rune of Humanity. It is reversed on the path line, and so it really speaks to, you're worried about being independent, and now you really are going to be turning away from the din of humanity telling you what to do and what not to do, and you're just going to be basically focusing on your inner voice, what will work for you. You will still be a part of humanity, you will still fit in, you'll still be comfortable among humanity, but you'll be listening to your own intuition, your own voice, your own needs going forward. And that is your answer. I hope you have a lovely evening, weekend, or whatever you are doing, day, evening, weekend, eclipse. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Hello, welcome to question number 3. As I said at the beginning, this is Isa. It's the Rune of Ice. It's the Rune of Standstill. Sometimes it's the Rune of Clarity, winter, all that good stuff. I've got some wood dust on the cloth because I had to find Isa again because it was back in the pouch. So I'm going to throw down a few more runes to show what led up to this, to show what's going to help, to show what's not going to help, and also to show what your next step is going to be. Okay, so it looks like what led up to this, maybe there was something that was going on where either you were working really, really hard on something and then you finished that, you were done. This is Tyr, this is Tiwaz, it's Tyr's rune. Tyr is the warrior god. He had to do with, of course, battles and wars, but also to do with duty, responsibility, tending, that kind of thing. It is reversed and on the path line. So it speaks to either basically ending a duty that you had, or basically stopping fighting, just laying down your sword and stopping fighting. And now you're in a place of clarity, stillness, and that's a good thing, but you're sort of wondering, where do I go from here? What helps, interestingly, this is Laguz. It's the Rune of the Lake. Has to do with all the watery aspects of heart, emotion, intuition, all that kind of thing. It is reversed on the upper line. I often see reversed Laguz meaning dreams. Your dreams are actually going to help carry you forward. Pay attention to that. Otherwise, if you're not into dream recall, just sort of look inward, look into your heart. Sounds corny, but just basically look into your heart and what you feel at this point, and that's actually going to guide you forward. What isn't going to help is you're a little unhappy. This is Vunyo. It's the joy rune. It's reversed. It's, it's the ending of this seems to have given you a bit of not joy. And so if that starts to be the case, bring yourself back up, listen to your heart, pay attention to your dreams, see what seems to be speaking to you, blank rune, to carry you forward. Yeah, because this actually may have been a surprise. This is Daga's. It's the rune of the dawn, breakthrough of the day, and it's on the lowest line of the reading where it's basically saying, yeah, this surprised you. Maybe you knew it was coming, but it surprised you, it's made you unhappy. So here you are in this place of stillness. Look inward, look to your heart, look to your dreams. This is calling things through from the unknown, making the unknown sort of known. This is translating the unknown. So it's like, let's just see where we stand with that. That's actually going to guide you forward. You are facing a major threshold at this point. It's going to be a very strong challenge to move forward from this. And that's fine. That's your life. That's your path. And that is life. Life is challenges often. So let's see what gets you over this. This is Thurizaz. It's always a challenge rune. It has to do with the thorn, the gateway, the giant. It is reversed, so it's as big a challenge as it could possibly be. It's going to be very difficult to get over. But you're going to get over it because look. So this is Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is Frey, so he's the fertility god. Don't take this the wrong way, but this actually has to do with actively creating. So you're going to be actively moving forward with what you get from your heart and your dreams, what you want to move forward with. You are going to be in a process of actively creating this reality for yourself. It's like, okay, so what do I need to make this happen? So we're going to put things in place and carry myself forward over this threshold into this new identity, which is going to be a more yin identity, but we'll get to that. What doesn't help is, this is Ansu's. It's the rune of communication, manifestation, the mouth, the god. It's reversed and it's on the lower line. And I'm actually going to interpret this as, don't just wish for things to happen. Don't not manifest the things that you want to do. This is the opposite. So this is not the time to just sit in front of the closed door and go, I wish I could get past it. This is the time for you to actually go, how do I get past this? And put things in place to get past it. And what this will actually lead to is a new life. It's a new identity. It's you're going to be birthing a new you. And this is Berkana. It's the birch tree rune. It has to do with birth, yin energy, feminine, all that good stuff. Whatever gender you identify as, this is what it's sort of what you're going to be moving forward with is going to be a more yin integrated persona that you're going to have, not persona, but self, a new identity that's going to be more yin associated. So it's kind of interesting because we came from the very yang Tiwaz, which has been reversed here, and we're going to a very yin identity going forward. So this actually is very, very good. I hope this helped, and I wish you a very lovely day or evening, and take care.